Welcome back to Top Dogs, and today we're stepping out of our barrels into the limelight as we delve into the topic touches like the corner of furry media representation. We're going to explore the good and the bad, discussing how our community is portrayed on the big screen, the small screen, or even the screens in our pockets. So listen and pay attention as we talk about media and furries. Now, we could talk about many things regarding this subject, right, guys? But
yeah,
usually you hear more about the bad than the good because, you know, that's how the media works, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna mostly going to be talking about the good and the bad mixed together. So we can get like an idea and a generalization for people who may not understand us to have a better light. So I guess my first question is, you know,
so we
well, I want to say this as a question. That is fair. I'm all over the place today. I have not had
Me too.
I did not have a day to relax. My name is FictionBoi.
I'm stream ArcaDad.
and I'm Whiplash Wolf.
Do not mind me. I'm on crack right now, so I'm just
Don't say that. Don't say
It usually makes you more attention, like have more
graham
attention.
crackers. That's what he's on. He's on
graham crackers.
Yeah,
Too much sugar. Yeah, too much sugar. And there we go.
Oh, we got.
Yeah,
this.
I've been everywhere today. I just did not have a break, and my brain is just like very zoomy. Anyway, so. Now, everybody has different perspectives on the furry reputation, like outside of our community, but maybe we can lighten it with our representations too. So I was going to ask you, how do you feel about the representation of the furry community in the mainstream media? If you want me to go first, I'm more than welcome. I can do it if you need some time to think about it. Okay.
No, I know exactly what to say. So I feel like it's not properly represented. People tend to focus on the negative side more than the positive. There's a lot of great things that the furries are doing in the community, in everyday lives, volunteering work, going to hospital to see children, support them, do charity work. But people don't talk about that. They talk about those episodes on CSI and stuff, and they talk about the negative stuff, which I think is very unfair, and it is misrepresenting of the furry community. There's a lot more to those episodes that we do for the general public than just those two specific things that happen, you know. So I think it's kind of unfair, but as social media is, the human mind tends to focus on the negative stuff more than the positives. It's just a sad reality.
I would say, like, with the representation from our community and like the mainstream media would be like, I'd say it's a very complicated issue, because some media has been positive, like portraying the furry community as a fun and like inclusive place, like an inclusive space for individuals who share a love for, you know, anthropomorphic art and creativity, right?
Yeah.
I think it acknowledged that the furry community provides like a platform for people to like explore their identities and socialize in a unique, accepting environment. However, I think there is other representations that have been less favorable, focusing on more like on unusual or confrontational subjects of the community. I mean, sometimes even the media has like presented our community as primarily as a sexual or fetish subculture, which can lead to like a lot of misunderstanding or negative perspectives. You know what I mean? So the truth is, like any other community, just like the furry community, it's a diverse and multifaceted, and it's like important to like realize to not generalize or stereotype based on the actions of a small minority. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because people, they always focus on that one thing. One person can ruin the reputation for millions, and it's a sad reality. It's unfair.
Sometimes it often depends on the intended audience and the medium itself. Like, for example, depictions in popular television series might be intended for like comedic or dramatic effect rather than an accurate portrayal. Or on the other hand, documentaries or news reports may aim for more balanced factual presentations, but can still like be influenced by the perspectives of the creators. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it would be more beneficial for mainstream media to engage more directly with the community when creating a content about them with anything. And I believe this could lead to more nuanced and more better accurate representations that reflect the true diversity and complexity of the community that we're in. A more balanced portrayal could help the broader public understand and respect, our community, reducing like the misconceptions.
yeah. What about you, Whiplash? What do you think?
No, usually it seems like when the media to be fair, when it comes to media, they don't really get what furries are. They just see it from the outside and they make their own perspective of it. Usually most of it's like between neutral to negative. There's been like very few positives I've seen about furry fandom, but those are usually separate channels on YouTube that actually have gone out and actually gone to a con specifically for furries. There was one, it was a channel called All Gas No Brakes. They went to MFF in 2019, and they actually like hanged out with the furries, and they actually chilled and had a good time, and they were enjoying it too. But media representation, you remember that what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, they were saying that furries were using litter boxes in the bathroom at schools?
I never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
Oh, it was an article, but it might have been either fake or it might have been something else. Oh, I think it was. Oh wait, it was a fake article. Never mind. Now I remember seeing it.
Not necessarily related to the furries.
No, but it was a fake article, and then people did believe it. People did believe it.
Yeah.
Well, it's very clickbaity. It sounds like.
Yeah, well, it just backs up the point that people believe anything they read on the internet. Like, if you're looking to prove a point that you have, you will find all the evidence to prove your point, even though you're wrong. It's the same thing with the flat earthers and the round earthers. Like the flat earthers, they were bringing up points to make them valid, but they didn't look at the evidence that said that they were wrong. So it's the same thing applies here. It depends on what you're looking for. Adjust your search parameters accordingly. If you're looking for the positive sides, look for the positive side. If you're looking for the negative, you'll find plenty of negatives too, and it applies to every single fandom and community there is out there.
Yeah, that applies to this fandom a lot, I'm not gonna lie.
We're very badly misunderstood. That's one thing I can say for sure. Most people don't understand it. I found a way. I was actually interviewed on TV, and I found a way to explain it without lying and being truthful. But by definition, furries are not sexual. And I don't like when on TV shows they portray those things. And, the furries, there's two types of people. There are people that see it as a hobby, such as myself, and there's some people it's a way of living. And so you got this bubble going on, and everybody has a sexuality as well. And sometimes, you'll make those bubbles overlap a little bit, and you'll try things. But at the base of it, if you look by definition, the furries are not sexual. And
I think each community have its own worst, like, good and bad.
Yes, I come from
It's
the
not just us.
cosplay community, and even the airsoft. Like, people are doing stuff with each other everywhere. It doesn't matter what community you're in, but at the root of it, cosplay is not sexual. Furries are not sexual. Yet some people do it, but they're experimenting. They're trying stuff, and that's on an individual basis, like you mentioned earlier.
If I was to mention about the whole airsoft community, which I've heard many stereotypes about. Going forward, like, I've heard things like adults who play it are usually basically big children, and they are responsible. Yeah.
They absolutely are. I've seen fathers of families turn into legit children on how they were like, oh, he's cheating, he's not fair, and backstabbing and trash talking other players. Oh, look at this guy, he thinks he's so cool and all. It's absolutely ridiculous. Turns out, yeah, the younger crowds were actually the ones stirring the less amount of drama, and they were the most honest about their deaths and kills. When they were getting shot, they would call themselves out, and they were actually accurate.
I've seen many videos. I've seen many videos on Airsoft where I've seen grown men throw the biggest fits on camera I've ever seen, and they act like, and it's like, bro, this is not Call of Duty. It's just. But it's at the same time, both of them have something very similar, which is it's a game still. It's just the other one is just more physical.
Military men that play airsoft, I don't like to play with them. For the simple reason is that they're too proud and they have massive egos. A lot of them are. Not all of them, but my personal experience with military men that play airsoft is they take the game way too goddamn seriously. And it's not even fun anymore. Like, I do have some sort of military training, and I put that to the side. I'm here to have fun, socialize with my friends. So, yeah.
Okay.
But it's fun.
Yeah,
that's a great sport.
Oh yeah, it is a great sport. I've played it a couple of times, and you definitely get a workout from doing all of it.
Yeah, I'd whip your ass, but it would be interesting to... What? I'm kidding.
I will put you on my knee and spank you. How about that?
I'm very talented at this game.
Yeah.
He might
not be as strong as I'm not as strong as you, but I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Yeah, I know you are.
Hey, I'm fast as fuck.
You probably are too.
Is there... Okay, but getting back on topic. Is there... I think there's like many things that we could address about stereotypes in our community. Is there any that you would like to address to get to the point that is absolutely wrong?
There's a few out there, but I think it's the sexual part that really irritates me.
Mm-hmm.
It generalizes everybody when it's very on an individual basis, and I wish people would stop portraying that in their shows, TV, commercial, whatever, because it's not true. I was in a group where we did a lot of charity work. We did public events. We socialized with people. We brought a good positive energy and a good positive vibe, but nobody cares about that. They just want to focus on the negative. It's really sad.
If I was not to pick that one, I would say another one would be, like, you know how there's a lot of fursuiters and stuff like that, and some people have that problem where you need to wear a fursuit to even really be a part of something, when that's not really the case.
No.
I think that is not true. You don't need a fursuit, and anybody who ever tells you that, you probably need to find a better friend, you know?
Well, according to FictionBoi on vrchat and Twitter, he did a research and he mentioned that only 13% of furries have fursuits. 13%. That's not a lot of people. You don't need a fursuit to be a furry. You don't need an avatar either.
Yeah, you really come into the fandom because you either see fursuits or you see furry artwork or you see furry avatars. You don't come into the fandom and immediately just buy all this stuff because you don't know how if you can like the fandom yet or not. And those are expensive items, especially fursuits. Those are...
Yeah, you don't need to engage.
Digits or it could be quad or quintuplet like digits.
You don't need to engage. They have. You're not wrong. They did. I'm just saying that you don't need to. Anybody that's interested in the fandom or in the fandom that don't have all these cool things, which it is cool to have, right? But you don't need it all to be engaging with our community. That I do want to make a point on that. And then that is one of those things I would love to point out. There's also the misconception, like, where we had to deal with the fact that some people outside our community would say, you know, we believe we're animals, you know? And I'm like, no, it's still playing a character.
There's some people that I know that believe that they're animals reincarnated in humans, but I only know 2 people out of 500. Well, maybe I don't know about other because I haven't had the conversation with them. Well, some people do believe that they are, but again, it's like not even 1%. It's not even 1%. You cannot generalize on that.
I wouldn't say we're basically Therians, and we're definitely. I don't know a lot of people who think that. You do probably, if you know what I'm saying about Therians.
Therians.
Well, I don't know what that is.
Basically, someone that actually believes that they're an animal. Like another animal.
I'm just
Basically.
a dog on the internet. A fire dog dad on the internet.
There
That's
you
what I am.
go.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
there was one post I remember seeing like a long time ago where I guess the person might have been Ethereum. He was like questioning of like gluing his fursuit to his actual body.
Oh, please don't do that. I heard that story.
That's
Please
not-
don't
do that.
do that.
Yeah, please don't do that. Like, first, being a furry is a hobby. It has some extra stuff to it you can do. But please don't ever try to, you know, like, glue stuff to your body that's not attached from your body from birth.
Your
It's just
body
not
will
a very...
reject it anyways.
Yeah, and
Problem with
fursuits
this
are very
is-
hot.
Yeah. And don't glue your skin with glue. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to rip off.
Hey man, how's he
Oh,
doing?
God.
You look a bit sweaty. I'm like, oh, I'm doing fine. I just had my 8th heat stroke today, but I'm doing okay.
Oh god,
All
if it
things
was
considered.
if it was down here this past week, oh my god, it would have been. Every day this week was over 100.
You're gonna be a panting husky in Florida.
Yeah, I can't imagine being a husky in Florida. Yeah, why would an Arctic wolf be in Florida?
Well, here's
That's
what's funny.
torture.
So Monday through Friday was 110 degrees up usually when it hit
Yuck.
noon. And then guess what? Saturday on one of the beaches close to me, we had a tornado.
And me, I'm complaining when it's like 86 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I'm like, I'm sweating my balls off. What the hell?
Oh.
You guys are living in Florida. I don't know how to do it. I can't.
I
I'm
was
too
drinking so
Canadian
much
for
water
this shit.
Thursday. I went through 7 bottles of water Thursday and only peed once that day.
Oh boy.
That's how hot it was.
That's a lot of sweat. That's a lot of sweat.
A lot of sweat.
I've never heard
I
anybody
get
who could
sweaty.
drink like you said 3 or 5 water bottles and just not
7.
have to use the restroom. 7?
7.
Jesus,
Yeah.
I've
no,
never
I
heard
sweated.
that before.
My clothes felt like I just took a dive into a pool. That was it.
I'm sweating right now in this house because the AC unit here is not working, but you know I'm powering through.
Hey, I know that feeling. Lad, that happened to me last year.
What do you think? Well, okay, let me ask you guys this: would you think there's any representation that was like maybe particularly not a good representation, but another that could also be beneficial?
I've seen some representation where media posted stuff about furries going to a hospital to cheer up children or just do things, charity work and stuff, you know, helping out with events locally in their area. I've seen some of those, and it fills my heart with pride about this community. Like people going out there and helping out, spreading positivity. Anybody that spreads positivity to me earns my respect automatically.
If I was to mention a negative one, which I could think of 2, which you
said
probably know
positive.
which one.
You asked me about positive.
It could be you can be beneficial or negative. That's what I'm saying. I said
Oh,
or.
okay.
So if I was to use a negative one, I would say like I said, I named 2. Like there's that what was that TV show CSI?
CSI.
Remember that? Yeah, I think it was like, if I remember the episode correctly, it was Fur and Loathing. If that's what it was called, I believe it was called Fur and Loathing. Correct? Like someone look that up just to make sure. But
Yeah,
it was
no,
like,
Ambro is saying yes. Ambro is saying yes.
oh, okay. And I was like, I would say like the characters that were like involved were like shown in like a derogatory way, which was not cool. Like they were just very sexual and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, thanks guys. That's not all what we're all about. Like if these people that would go to a con would to actually see what goes on the con, most of us are just wandering around, just looking and giving each other hugs, just talking. You know?
Yeah.
Nobody
And
really.
most of the time we're not in fursuits. Most of you. So the thing, it goes back to what you were saying earlier about, do you need a fursuit to be in the community? Absolutely no, because even people in fursuits spends most of their time outside their fursuits. And I remember
Majority of the time
when
I did.
started in the community 10 years ago, it was like either anywhere from 1.5 to 3K to get a fursuit, and I'm looking just for a head for my fursuit. Minimum price 4K just a head. I'm like, this is absolutely insane. I'm just gonna make
I mean-
on my own.
Does
again.
anybody want to give this man a head?
God. I mean, back in 2017,
Aw. I'll take it.
I was gonna say back in
Yeah,
2017,
make one for him.
I had a
I'll make it worth it.
local
Trust me.
fursuit maker. It was only $900 for my full
Yeah.
first for my
Sorry,
fursuit. Oh, no, you're fine. No, my first full suit was only $900 through a local fursuit maker.
What?
All right. Have you seen my have you seen my fursuit though?
I've seen the
Like, it
old
was
the
one.
made-
first one.
You
though.
have shown me the old one.
It was made for me when I was bigger, so it doesn't fit me anymore. But my second one, so it went from $900 to I think $4,800 for a full suit.
When?
No, my second one.
years
My
ago?
second one I got in 20. So I commissioned it in July 2021. I got it in November 2021.
Oh, okay, 2 years ago.
Yeah. But she's also done good. Like,
It's-
I love my suit. I like my new suit. It's very me.
It's nice. It's very
But
nice.
you're
Oh,
also
it's
not-
very good.
But you're also not wrong though. I like thing is, people love going fursuiting, especially at cons, but you can only last so long in fursuit unless you're somehow, can take sweating to death for 8 hours at a time. But good amount of
Water
fursuiting
cooling
per
vest.
day. Oh yeah, you got that. A good amount of fursuiting per day, I would say if you do it twice a day, would be between 3 and 4 hours if you can do so. But you can also partial suit, which is much more easier on you, mentally, physically, and you don't get burnt out as quick. That's what I would do. That's what I mainly do. It's much easier. That's what this one can do right here, guys. All he has.
Partialing is so much
Yeah.
easier. And I already struggle
And
with
this-
wearing the fursuit head, and they're telling me to man
you
up.
wear- Yeah, you're I'm the Canadian here. I'm the one that cannot stand heat. And he has a jacket, t-shirts, and pants. He just put his paws and his head. He's like, oh man, it's been 10 minutes. I'm overheating. I look at him like, shut up, dude. Don't tell me you're
Say-
overheating.
I'm about to say, 'cause
ridiculous.
I have a video of me doing 10 chin-ups in fursuit. That's hot. One. And two,
I don't
that
know how
day
you do
when
that.
we're when we're
Respect.
getting
Leave me alone. I'm a husky. I just don't like the heat.
I'm an Arctic wolf.
Makes sense.
But I'm born in Florida. I'm molded by the heat. It might as well be lava at this point. But when we were in Atlanta on the very last day, when we're getting pictures, I was in fursuit for like 2 hours going around Atlanta getting pictures. By the time I got back to my room, if I hadn't gone back maybe like 15-30 minutes earlier or later, might have passed out. I was hot. You could see it
man.
on my skin.
I would say there needs to be some type of way to design fursuits that have a cooling system, which it's hard to really figure that out. You can't just use a fan, unfortunately.
I actually figured that out already.
It must
I
have
know,
been
I
extremely
saw
hot.
it.
That's what I was working on. So the problem with fursuits, why they're so hot, is because the heat, your body emanates heat, and the fur is creating a barrier that contains that heat. So what you need to do is get rid of that heat. So what I did it on mine is I have a fan at the back of my suit. I didn't use it for FWA because I had the water cooling vest. But what it was doing, it was taking ambient air and pushing it inside my suit and pushing the hot air out to avoid my getting me too hot, because if I get too hot, then you start to sweat, and then that sweat goes into the fur, and then it makes it even worse because now you got an air barrier going on and you get even hotter and hotter. So having constant flow of air pushing out that moisture and heat away helps you get you cool. The thing is, you need a massive airflow, and that's where the problem comes, and it ruins the aesthetic of the fursuit. It's loud. So this is what I had going. Same for the head. I had a fiberglass mold of my head, and I've designed pipes that go through it. They're just canals where I can push air to vent that out, and I wanted to vent it out through the nostrils of the fursuit, so it kind of felt relative. So if you would put your face close to the nostril, you'll feel like hot air coming out, which is relevant to wolves and stuff like that.
All right, boy.
Hold on.
The best way of doing it.
Talked enough.
Just wear a blanket. That's all you do. Wear a blanket outside for an hour.
Wear a blanket.
Winter
Okay. Now we're back on topic, people. Before I flick this guy's nipple. Wait, he doesn't have nipples. Never mind.
No, I turned my nipples off. I didn't forget.
Imagine turning off your own nipples. But anyways,
Can't believe I'm saying this.
so I know I mentioned this already a few times, but how does like the outside perspective of the furry community, especially those who are not a part of it, see us as?
They see us as weirdos. People that don't understand us don't really know what to think, so they base themselves off what they know, and what they know is that humans are not supposed to dress up as animals. So for them, it's very odd, it's very weird. That's why teaching people, spending time to explain to them, makes this whole perception change in our favor. So that's why good media representation is important.
I would also say the media likes to like stir up the pot more. Just for the sake of storytelling. Because storytelling sells. And whether it's true or not, that doesn't matter. They're here to make money. So they're going to stir the pot up. Like it doesn't matter. They that's how they make their money. They want you to click it, get the views. I don't think watch time is a thing there, but definitely if you have a catchy title that's very negative, people are going to click on it, and that's what people do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what's really weird is every time where some people are getting interviewed in the furry community, it's always those weird, freaky ones that are the odd one out that makes the whole community look bad. They will find the cringiest fursuiter or person out there, and they're going to interview them, and they don't know how to shut up or explain things properly, and it makes everybody look bad. So I was really happy when I got interviewed on TV because I knew I was able to fulfill the role and take the correct place and put out the right message for the community.
But I also kind of want to say this, if a media or a journalist of any type of news network ever comes up to you and wants you to do an interview, it's okay if you do not know how to answer the questions thoroughly because it is right on the spot. Now, if you do want to say something, take time to really think about what you're saying, because if you don't, you will make a lot of people may not be happy with your output on the answer, especially with outside the community, inside. Because if you were to say that, you need a fursuit to hang out with people like us, I'm like, okay, so you're singling out the people who don't have it. Yeah, that's just not cool.
You're going to get a lot of backlash from the community if you don't answer correctly. So take your time, and it's okay to refuse an interview if you don't know how to answer. Think of the well-being of the community, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I was still going to say, though, if you're furry, I mean... God.
Are you having trouble there?
Just be proud of being weird. Because, I mean, here's the one thing. If you're coming to this fandom and like what you see... If you're coming to this fandom,
collider for.
If you're gonna come into this fandom, you're already gonna be weird regardless. Like it's not a normal fandom. Just be proud of being weird. Like, just don't be disheartened by what people say about you because they don't know what you like. They don't understand it. Just be happy about what you enjoy, about what you enjoy doing. Because, like you said, there are people, like, most people who do, like, the media coverage about furries are usually in their 40s, 50s, 60s. They never grew up with furries. They don't know what a furry is. They just see it online. They see people, sometimes these big conventions, and they just never grew up with it, so they think it's weird. But still, be proud of being weird.
I would also like to say another thing, which would be... there is definitely older furries in our community, which they've been around. Like, we can name one, which is definitely not Sakura, because she's in her prime.
Well, Chenga has been around since the beginning, yeah.
I've only been around since
Changa's been around. Jesus.
I mean, the first furry convention, again, quoting Astro Boy, was in January 1989, if I remember correctly. Mm-hmm. First FurryCon. That's older than me. I'm 31. That's 33 years old ago. But it started before that. But it was on the ground on the old internet. And people were they had DOS screens and we were sending messages to each other in that old way. It was something. That's what Chenga told me. sweet guy. You would meet Chenga Husky. You have no idea what his age is. He doesn't portray his age at all. He's such a husky.
I like Chenga.
He's such a
Chenga
goddamn
is adorable.
All right.
Chenga's
I like
adorable.
Okay.
Flustered.
Yeah, he is a really, really good. We even saw him yesterday before we did our event.
Yeah.
So that was always pretty cool. You know, just to have him around. He's just a great, very positive influence around us. But anyways,
He's
I
a good
digress.
content creator too.
So I wanted to get to this. So the question of the week, and the question of that is, if you could create a movie or a TV show that accurately represents the furry community, what would the storyline be? How would you ensure an authentic and a positive portrayal of furries? Now, so we actually have a few questions in this. So we'll start off with the first one, and it was from the Adventure Fox. I believe that one was on Twitter, if I'm correct. Yes, okay. So he said, and I quote, "It would probably be a comedy drama / coming of age TV show based around a furry house, showing a cast of different types of furries who live there and go through life both in and out of the fandom. The main overarching plot device would be a new furry who has just moved in and is discovering their furry side. Other flatmates could include tropes like self-described poppy fur, especially wealthy, the horny one, etc. It will ultimately show the positives, negatives, and overall the weirdness of the fandom." And he's on the side, he said, "Got to have your hills and valleys." Makes sense. "But through the protagonist, they aim to be overall positive and heartwarming while adding humor along the way. Kind of like a less crass in-betweeners, UK, or Fresh Meat." That was the first one, and the next one would be from Justin the Firewolf Dog. "Maybe an action TV show like how they did. I'm probably gonna mispronounce this. Genga Dentsu, Weed, and all that, and maybe just peace and harmony and no hate at all." You know, so because I know I cannot read, but because I can think the positive outcomes is furries can be anything they want to be and everything else. We just have to watch out for the negative side. Thank you for your guys' answers. I appreciate that. That is a lot. Thank you guys. Now we're going to. Yeah, because actually, the first one was pretty cool. I actually like that. That was pretty, like, well thought out. I really like that one. And another thing, there's gonna be a couple things I want to announce before I say anything. So yeah, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. If you hit the notification bell, it will notify you with our. I think my body's sighing. It will notify with our shorts and our recent videos that will be upcoming in the future, so keep an eye on that. That would help out. And follow us on our audio platforms and leave us a rating, and that will help us out a lot as well. And join our Discord and Telegram chat. Links to all these things are in our link tree down below in the description. And another thing that I wanted to point out is that we are starting to get more. We need more people to be on our team. So if you are interested in doing that, let us know. You can check out our link tree from the Top Dogs Team application. We're excited to see who will be part of our team next.
So hey, Top Dogs fan, are you ready for an elevated fan experience? Discover exclusive perks by joining our service subscription on Discord or Patreon. For only $2.99 a month, become a podcast supporter, unlock raw, unedited podcast episodes, access supporter meetups, and receive a unique custom pie emoji among other special goodies. Craving some more? Then level up to our Podcast Supported Plus for $5.99. Participate in episode voting, share your feedback, and experience the excitement of being in our live audience. Plus, get an insider's peek at our upcoming plans and merchandise. Remember, your support is the fuel to our fire, and while these subscriptions are optional, they significantly help us grow. So join us now, and let's make Top Dog's journey even more phenomenal together.
While my leg is breaking, Whiplash, can you distract it? My foot is tracking.
Sorry, swearing.
Both my feet are broken.
Oh, Whiplash is gonna do something if you don't. Wait. Share with your friends. Oh no.
So
If you don't Fix my leg.
You. Do you want me to fix your leg? Here, 1 second. I have.
No. Get that away.
Put that away. Pulls out a gun. That's a
Well,
good
My
one.
leg.
Fix it.
It's broken.
Follow us. If you don't follow us, I'm breaking into your house. I'm gonna find all your quests. I'm gonna find all your indexes.
Oh no.
I'm gonna write OO in the front.
I love it.
Oh, well.
That's a great threat.
I think my leg is not cooperating. This is gonna be, yeah.
Reboot your tracker again. You need to figure out. I'm gonna have to come over at your place and give yourself a play space makeover,
Jesus.
man. I told you your base stations need to be angled downwards.
I did angle them downwards. Don't mind me.
And put them higher and
everybody.
then downwards.
Well, I am.
You yeeted me. How dare you?
I'm sorry.
How rude.
I am struggling right now. Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna have
some chaos at some part of the episode. So here
Yeah,
it
but
is
not
now,
this.
ladies and gentlemen.
my left leg does not want to cooperate for some reason. I have no idea why it doesn't want to cooperate. Because
Okay, that's
I've
fine.
sit
Just
in this
sit
place.
your butt down. People, they don't see it on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Music, and all those
Yeah, let
audio
that-
streaming platforms. They don't see it.
Just YouTube.
This does not look good. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to.
YouTube, though.
You can see instead of
Let me just do this.
using your
It's probably good.
imagination, you can just watch it on YouTube.
There you go. I'll just
Watch
do
us
this.
be dumbass.
Your
Oof, no
imagination.
This is
I'm just gonna do that from now on, if that's okay, because that was
Yeah.
ridiculous. I need to look into what was going on there. But
That's fine.
anyways, I would say another thing that we could do, which would be to point out that other communities that are very guilty of it. You know, Whiplash, you've been a part of the brony community before, and you know they for some reason I've heard many stories they don't like furries either for some reason.
so
And-
they don't like being. I know this because I had one person tell me about it. They like to say that being a brony doesn't mean you're furry, even though you're liking a feral pony show.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's the same thing regardless. Like, furry, brony, you're still liking an animal that's technically a pony. So you are furry. In, like, the long run or in the short run, you like horses and you like the show and you go to a certain website, then you're furry.
Yeah, it's just weird. Oh, another
We're all
thing.
Weird.
Another thing that I want to point out. The weebs, especially the people who like anime, they don't like furries for some reason either. And I'm like, guys, you guys are going after us for no reason, but you guys are dealing with your own stereotypes. Why do you want to go after us when you have your own problems? Like, we can think of many things that we could say about you guys, but we're not going to be those kind of people. You know, like
anime?
that.
Japan.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Guys,
Like I can say I could say one thing. Like, why would you? I mean, and I would believe that the weebs are not so different from furries. They're just human. It's just
different.
You know, we like collecting, buying shit that are based on what we like in our community. We're just as guilty of how you dress up just like we do. Same thing. You buy art, same as we do. We're not so different.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's very simple. Live and let live. I don't have to understand your fandom. You don't have to understand mine, but I can respect you if you would please respect mine. Simple.
See,
Whatever floats your boat, man. Good for you. You like bronies, you like weeb, you like cosplayers. Doesn't matter. You like that stuff. Good. I'm happy for you. Just respect me, and I will respect you. People would do that nowadays. It would be a lot less drama in this world.
yeah,
Gosh.
the thing is, as much as I would love that to myself, the ignorant people are what make the internet the way it is now. And since the internet is so accessible, especially since you can carry it around in your pocket,
Yeah.
we're never going to get away from it. There's no never getting away from it. There's just going to be people arguing about it until we're dead, and then whatever next generation is dead, and then the generation after that, it's just going to keep going until like everyone's gone.
You can't really. I would say a downfall for any community is when it's going against each other internally. You know, and that's what
Yes.
sucks sometimes. But we're getting off topic, so I'm going to say another thing. How would you guys say? Do you think the media has have a different portrayal of us, like as the future went on?
I think so. I think we've mentioned a lot of negative things, but there has been a lot of positive things coming up. I've seen people on TikTok that were actually defending the furry community, and they were like, dude, I don't know what's wrong with them. I mean, these guys are super friendly. They accept everybody. They try to make you smile. They try to make you laugh. So I don't know why people are hating on them. I've seen multiple content creators on TikTok do videos like that they were defending, and they were saying, I'm not a furry, but it's cool what they're doing. I mean, they're here to entertain, have a good time, socialize. What's wrong about that? Absolutely nothing. And I thought that was a good thing. So yes, a lot of things are negative are coming up, but we're a lot more people know about us than it used to be. And now, yes, they know about the negative stuff, but they also know about the positive. More positive stuff is showing up as well. It's just, again, our mind focuses on the negative. So yeah,
I would say what would definitely be a helpful thing is that if any media outlet wants to do any type of report on the furry community, definitely get more direct with them. Be a part of the experience of what goes on in like conventions and stuff, and see what happens. It would give you a different perspective of what happens, and maybe it would show them different, like how we actually vibe. And it's also good to have like a variety of different things, like have more diverse conversations with different backgrounds and different places in their lives when they've been in this community. It's good to have those things, and maybe they would say that we're not so different from them. The only thing is just we just like dressing up just as much as us cosplayers do.
Yeah,
same thing. Ugh. Man, you got anything to say, Whiplash?
What about that section? I mean, it's the same thing. Like, you just have to, actually come talk to people more than just stereotype based on what they see online. Because obviously, what you see online, I mean, as anyone in this fandom knows, especially when it comes to furry social media, it's cancer.
I think Twitter is cancer. That's my honest opinion.
I don't see a lot of drama on Twitter, but I only follow the people I care about, and if somebody posts too much drama, I just unfollow them. So I don't really see drama on Twitter. I feel like I'm the weird one out because I never see anything. I saw this one content creator, but I don't want to
don't see any.
It's relevant.
You think you don't see anything in terms of the media only because you voluntarily choose not to.
Probably.
Like how I voluntarily choose not to look at it. True. I've seen many things that people have said, but I chose to not really give it the attention. That's what I do. Yeah.
Scroll, people. When you see drama, keep on scrolling. Nothing to see. Keep on scrolling.
Usually
it's
word of the wise.
In the furry fandom, like if it's drama, it's more likely going to be like 98% fake. Like for drama stirred up in this fandom is at this point just to get attention. Like that's what I've just seen lately. Like any drama I've seen in the past year has just been attention seeking. Like it is nothing else more than that.
The other thing I could probably say is I watched a video the other day. He's a YouTuber I like to watch in terms of like sports, because it has nothing to do with furries, because I'm just pointing out I like sports. His name is his YouTube channel is called Urinating Tree, and he lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, right? And I don't know if he was joking based on his approach with this whole game that was taking place with the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he was mentioning that this game was ruined because the furries were coming into town. I'm like, I was like, oh, okay. That sucks. I'd watch you, dude. But I don't. But here's the thing. I don't know if he was joking. I don't think he really means it. I think the delivery of the joke was just not that great. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to make a joke, it'd be funnier if you mention it like, oh well, the furries are going to the Pittsburgh Pirates game and they're living it up there. It's something like that, Like they're bringing the anthracon to the game and having a great time, and they're party animals and that kind of joke, instead of just saying they're ruining the experience of the game. Yeah. But hey, you know what? I mean, to be honest with you, in terms of a business perspective, I don't think the organization of the Pittsburgh Pirates would have gave. Like, they wouldn't care if they were paying tickets to go to their game and having a fun time. It makes them look good in terms of business. But you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, that kind of media is portrayed a lot. And some people find it, easy to pick on furries. But I'm like, yeah, I mean... It's only because, Go ahead.
No, finish your point, because I want to go on a wholesome... Whiplash said something, and that is going to send me onto a wholesome...
No, go ahead and say it.
About something I want to bring up. Okay. So Whiplash said that a lot of people, they start drama to create because they crave attention. Now, there's a lot of ways of somebody will fuel themselves to keep on going every single day, to have the energy to keep on going through. A lot of people, their everyday motivation to keep on going is getting attention or being popular. The thing is, the reality of thing is, being popular or getting drama attention, okay, you feel great, you got this little endorphin boost or whatever the hormone is for like feeling great because you're getting a lot of attention, but when that attention goes away, that endorphin just dies off and you're left wanting for more. But if you actually spend your time and energy into something that will bring you a lot more, I mentioned this in a previous episode, but when I decided to tackle the project of repairing the AC system in my car, I changed the radiator, the O-ring, the compressor, I pulled the vacuum, I recharged the system refrigerant. I felt so proud of myself. It lasted 3 days of me being like, yes, I did this. So proud of myself. So please don't lower yourself on trying to be popular or seeking attention. It won't last. Try to find something that can really fuel you and keep on going, other than trying to stir on the internet or trying to be this popularity whore. It won't do you any good. Please find
just
something
to keep in mind about that.
Yourself into it.
To add on to it with the media representation, if the media sees you acting that way, you think that's all you're about, and that's what majority of other people see. How do you think that's going to look to us as a community? That you're representing us in that light. If you're going to be one of those people that want to make a difference and definitely want to be a popular person for the right reasons, why don't you just consider this? If you are nice to people in the long run, people usually don't forget those kinds of things, and people will remember you. Yeah, you're that guy that's good to be around, because that's what you want to be represented as, not some guy that is looking for clout just to, do things. For example, when we did the interview with Michael, right? Many people have taken pictures with him, right? And I'm pretty sure they posted on the social media. I didn't want to. I just gave it to him because I just don't want to be that person. Like, yeah, I hanged out with Michael. Look at me, kind of person. I just gave him the pictures. I think it comes off. You look better that way, in my opinion. To not be that type of person, because you can't just use somebody else's success to get a few likes here and there. That doesn't look good. So definitely, if you want to be having success, bust your ass off to whatever you want to do, whether that be music, writing, voice acting, anything.
Starting a business.
Starting a business. But definitely be nice to people who come near you, because that is going to get you way further, because people will remember what you did to them, especially when they look up to you. And if people seeing you're the type that's going to cause drama and, be careless about how other people feel, that's how they're going to remember you as. And that is not a good light to have.
I was just gonna say that. What if you were gonna die today? What do you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered as this guy that was super nice and wholesome to everybody and helping people out, or you want to be this jerk that was stirring drama on the internet? What do you want to be remembered for? Think about that.
Yeah, like there is many people, you know, like I consider this, like when it comes to the representation of my community and, you know, being in the spotlight, all three of us, I know for a fact there has been many people who may not like us, right? And here's the thing, we could stoke down to that level, but in reality we don't. In a way, we kind of just let it be and let that go on with the day. And, you know, if you give it that attention, then you're no better. You also are getting unnecessary attention at that point. The more you ignore those drama that most likely isn't true, then nobody's going to remember it. But as soon as you give it attention, you know, hey, that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, the media watches that stuff. That's what they want you guys to do, so they can still have clickbait and storytelling to do. And so keep in mind when you they're waiting for you to mess up. So, like, especially us, we have to be careful what we say. Even though our own social media platforms are personal, that has nothing to do with us as the organization. We're still our own people, but we're still going to give you 100% ourselves when we're out there. Because, you know, some people like to see us for who we are and not just something fake, you know? Because you definitely don't. You show a lot in your personality, I know that. Because you don't just show this. You're not this all the time. He's not this all the time. He is the most dorky man I've ever met.
So
he's just as bad as me.
Yeah, but to be fair though, also like look at him. He's a dad ArcaDad. He's a dad Arcaniner, right? He's not that.
Well, I'm working on it. I mean, I do have embryos.
In his defense, he wants to be a real dad. That's the difference.
Yeah. Me and you are. But to be fair though, me and you, Fiction. Out of us three right now, though. Work on it, though, stream. You got it.
This kind of what you're saying is kind of goes to something I want to mention. You mentioned people are trying to get popular and stuff. If I would want to be popular, the reason I would do it is to spread a good message out there. Spread a good message for the furry community. Spread positivity. Help people out. Make content that people can see that can hopefully help them out. This is why I really want to start doing more on the Dadvice video series. It's just get this visibility so I can send messages out to help people out. That would be my only reason why I want to be popular. I don't need attention. I don't need that. I have a very fulfilling life. I have a bunch of friends, and I have a wonderful husband. I have absolutely nothing to complain. I don't need to be popular. I really don't. I want to do it because I want to help out people. That's it.
It's definitely more better to help out with people. The thing is, though, when it comes to being popular figures, and listen, I'm going to be real with you guys. It's not as cracked out as you dream it to be. It's not like you're going to get blown up on your phone every single day. I sure as hell don't like it, and I still have to work out my own problems in real life. I still have to do my job and help around the house. I still got to eat, I have family to think of. You know, just because you have that title does not mean that something magically is going to change your life. If you want something to change your life, you're gonna have to bust your ass off to work at whatever you're trying to do. Like, for example, if you were to use Stream ArcaDad's business, for example, and if it started booming, like it's up there with Bad Dragon.
It's a lot of work. But it's getting there.
Yeah, but it's like, but that's the thing. But you busted your ass off to get to that point. That's that's definitely an accolade to remember. But if I wrote a book and it turns out to be a #1 bestseller, that is a huge success.
You're on the right path. I can tell you're on the right path for that book. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you actually read it?
No, not yet, but I heard like the feedback and comments, and you told me about the idea, and I saw some of your writing. I didn't read the whole thing, and dude, you're gonna get someplace with that. I think it's got a great concept.
Yeah, I'll get more into that, but definitely give me a couple of months. I'll definitely try to get it published because I definitely want to get that done. Maybe in a few months, maybe in a couple. We'll see. But anyways, that's not important right now. Definitely, if you want good representation, show the people what you can do. Like, especially when you bust your ass, people love that. Like, you give other people that have their own self doubts, you know, that they can't do something because they're a furry. Which I have a saying. Fiction is only fiction, but fiction can also be a reality. It's also it's like the saying of what a man can do and what a man can't do. Both can be very true. It's the same thing with this. It's only fiction when you don't do nothing about it, and it can become a reality when you do something about it. That's my saying.
So
and
that's why you need to be more pragmatic. If you say you're gonna do something, don't just talk about it. Go ahead and do it.
Don't procrastinate, because you will fall into that trap. I know it's definitely a good thing to be excited about, but, you know, definitely look into that. And that would be a good way to represent. Like, you write something really great, you start a great business. It shows the world that in the media that we're not just lazy slobs that are just in our fursuits every day and doing nothing with our lives. You know, I think those are good things to have in terms of content to bring to the media, because then they can look at us and our own community can have the confidence to build themselves up into whatever ideas they want to do to represent us in a more positive light. Not the drama thing, because that won't get you anywhere. In fact, it makes us look worse. So keep that in mind, people.
Focus
you have anything to say
your
with
energy where it counts.
No, I think I'm good. I think you both got a pretty spot on there.
Oh shoot, my leg.
I just started a brand new project. I'm actually starting to make a VN, a visual novel. I've gathered the team.
Visual novel. Yes, you told me about that.
And Duco the Circle has been making some of the tracks for the audio. Absolutely in love. You guys, some of you might know how perfectionist and picky I am. I had actually no comment. I was like, dude, it's legit perfect. I have nothing to say. And I listened to the tracks like 5-6 times already. And I'm like, I'm getting goosebumps because I'm getting a bunch of images and I'm very passionate. So guys, find yourself a hobby. Find something you're passionate about. You'll see it feels amazing. It feels so fulfilling. And you feel great, so much more than trying to get attention and stirring drama. Please, just don't do that.
If you want attention, get it for the right reasons.
Yes. My arm is acting up.
My thing is, if you get involved in drama, don't add fuel to the fire. Like, okay, when drama starts, it's like a small little brush fire, right? But if you add wind to it, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's just going to be a real big shit show at that point. You just step on it or blow it out. Or not really blow it out, but just put it out. Just don't acknowledge it. Acknowledging drama will literally
keep scrolling.
It literally mentally will kill you. Like, unless that's something you enjoy doing, which is starting drama, then just go. But
yeah, no one wants to be around that.
Mentally, drama just
starting drama.
Yeah, but mentally though, it will affect you big time.
I have my own problems to worry about anyway, so there's other things I can worry about than how you feel about the situation. Like, when it comes to me, like, yeah, cool, you have your opinion on me, that's fine. I don't expect everyone to like me. But, you know, another thing that people can definitely look into is that in terms of furry representation within our own community, which I saw a video on TikTok, and I'm just going to mention this real quick. I do not remember her name, but she is a TikTok furry content creator. She mentioned that it is cool that we get a lot of support for our content of the character we, you know, show to our audience. But she has a point. That is only a part of us. It's not even the whole us. You know, there's more than just FictionBoi just being the grumpy, positive husky. That's not all of me. Just as like Whiplash is like the top and the bottom thing. There's more to him than just that. When it comes to ArcaDad, he's more than just a dad. He's also an engineer.
I'm not, but I could be, but I'm not. Actor Lewis says also never impersonate as a popular as a popular person when you're not. Was that what you said?
No, he says
You can unmute
don't
yourself if you want
impersonate
to.
that you're a popular person in the community. That's what he said.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
Yeah. So, and definitely look into it. But the thing is, it's the people that look up to you who decides to make you who you are. That keep that in mind. It's not you that, you do put in the work. Keep that in mind about that. But if there is no work to give, then you're not really going to be noticed.
Nope.
You got to give something to the community, and this is what we do. We give to the community.
Yeah.
Each recording that we do, from our audio
Exactly.
to our video,
And
and sometimes it's not always easy.
No, it's not. But it's funny because some of the drama I had received drama a very long time ago, and the drama received it was me. I had my career, I had my condo, I had my house. I'm a full self-made man, right? And I was receiving drama from this guy that was older than me, barely worked at
I've heard
all,
that
and
story.
living in his mom's basement. And he was telling me how much I was a trash person. I'm like, okay, whatever, man. I don't need to
I think
prove
you
myself
mentioned
to
this in
you.
an episode already.
I did already mention this.
You probably
but I
could
have
find it.
nothing
I think it
against
was
him
our
anymore.
drama. I think it's the drama
Yeah,
episode.
the
that
drama
we did.
episode. But
If you want to learn more about that, definitely look it up there.
Yeah, it didn't affect me too much because I knew his background. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna argue with this person. I'll just let him do his stuff. If you have nothing positive or neutral to say on social media, don't say it. And you know what? That rule works with people that are trying to stir drama. If you're trying to defend, if it's not neutral or positive, just don't address the situation. Just keep on scrolling. Keep scrolling.
You can definitely look up our drama episode if you guys want to. Just gotta navigate to look through it. You guys have anything else to say?
I think
I'm all good.
All right. Well, I guess that concludes today's episode. We'll see you guys next week on another episode of Talk That's. Until then, have a good evening and actually work your ass off. So see you later. Bye-bye.
Make us
And
proud.
my arms are
Yay.
fruit. That's a wrap.
So I found out something interesting, by the way.
What'd you find?
Actually, no, never mind. It's drama. Fuck it. Leave it alone.
It's drama. It's drama. Oh, never mind. Okay.
I gotta fix my leg.
That leg.
All I can say is just people
Them
being
legs, there we go.
hypocrites. It's just people being hypocrites. That's all.
I got my leg back.
There's a lot of hypocrisy in this fandom too.
All right, let's.
I like how Christian's doing his stanky leg.
Man, some people in this fandom needs to learn how to shut the fuck up, man. Those people that stir drama, they don't know that rule.
You guys are still on the credits, We're
They
never
really
at video.
need to.
Coltyn still has to edit this.
I don't
even
care.
during the credits.
I 100% commit to what I just said because I believe it's true.
I know. Oh,
It is
I
very
know what you
fucking
said.
true,
I'm
though.
just saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Coltyn still has to edit your profanity on the
Oh,
credits.
God damn it. I'm so sorry, Colton. I forgot about that.
Recording.
Nobody gives a goose about what you're saying. You should learn how to
Himbo
shut the goose up.
moment.
That's not what I was
So
talking
I will
about.
say-
Moment.
I will say that Colton though.
I tried, Colton, to
That's
tell him
the
to
only
stop
himbo
cursing.
moment